Hello Flosstube, welcome to Homesteading on the Homefront, Special Plans 2020 edition. I am going to show you the projects that I would like to work on in 2020 and talk to you about them. Misty, get out of the tree. I'm telling you, this cat, she was sleeping on her tower until about 30 seconds ago. So, we'll see what kind of trouble she can get into while my back is turned. All right, so 5 projects I am carrying over into 2020. I've never carried that many projects over before, so it fills me with some trepidation. Misty, stop it. Come on. But most of them, as you will see, be good. You want to say hi to everybody? Say hi. Most of the projects are not far from being completed. They're probably at least half done, and they will be complete in the first half of 2020. So, I'm not going to talk to you too much about the first one because I just spoke about it in my last regular Flosstube, my Newport project, which I am adapting from the Little House Needleworks Nantucket. Still in squirrel bars, no changes. That one's getting love soon. The second one that you are quite familiar with and hasn't changed since I last saw you is Scenic Farm. Like I mentioned, this one will be done in the first quarter of 2020. The next one that I'm carrying over is my New Year, New Start from 2019. And because it's not done yet, I don't think I'm going to have a 2020 New Start. I may, but I have enough whips right now that I don't think I want to start anything else yet. This is Heartstring Sampler, Never Let You Go. And I have changed it pretty significantly. So as you can see, we're getting there. Now you probably can't see because the thread blends in, but down here I have started stitching a rooster. And I will do the mirror image of that rooster over here. And then it's just a matter of deciding what I want to put down here as far as words go, and then filling in letters or numbers up here. And then I think that's pretty much it. So this one will get some love and be done soon. I've loved working on it. It's been my Sunday stitch when I say goodbye to hubby. But we are getting close, and so I'm running out of Sundays. So that one will definitely be a priority in the new year. The next one that I'm carrying over is Jessie Robertson, which for those of you who have been watching, you will know that she's my baby. I bought the sampler, I charted her, I gave the chart away as my 3,000 subscriber thank you. And this is what I have so far. So basically, I have finished all of the rows of the eyelet alphabet. Thank goodness. I need to add in a couple more initials here. And then it'll be done. And then there are lots of rows of regular alphabet. And I have to figure out what family members are going in there. And then I get to work on the motifs. And she will be done. So I would say she's pretty close to being half done. Those eyelet alphabets took some time, and it won't take nearly as much time to blow through the rest of the alphabets and the motifs. Okay, and last but not least, we have Heritage Sampler. This is a plum straight. I learned some good lessons on this one. So this was my StitchCon start. And I have worked on it a little since then. I also worked on it at Frugal Empire. So you can see I'm doing the outside border. And that's all I'm doing of this one. I'm just going to do the outside border. I am not doing pictures inside. And the reason for that is this is going to be my husband's retirement tribute piece. So he finally, a few weeks ago, finally got around to emailing me his headshot. He needed a headshot for publicity reasons, etc., etc. Most officers in the Navy have an official headshot. So he finally emailed it to me. And it looks like this. Handsome man, isn't he? He had hair when I met him. However, now I didn't know if I was going to use an 8x10. This is an 8x10. I just printed up for size comparisons. Or a 5x7. I didn't know what I was going to do. So let me see if I can show you this and if it shows up. I don't know what I was thinking. Because look how not matchy the border is with his picture. This is like so bright and red and blue, and these are duller colors. I was not going to start it over. So then I said, all right, let's go black and white and see what happens. 5x7, just for size purposes. So, okay, not as bad, not as clashy, but I'm going to have to do an inside border here, right? Because it's too small. So then I said, well, let's do a sepia picture and see how that works. And this one I printed is an 8x10, but I cut it down to size so that you can see it's a much better fit within the thing here. And I think that this is going to be fine. So basically his picture will be there. I may have to cut some of his hands off. I don't know for sizing yet. I got to finish some more of that border to see. And that's how that's going to go. So, this has got to be done. There is a deadline on this one. So that one's going to get some serious love as soon as Scenic Farm is done. Maybe even, I may even work on them simultaneously if I get sick of Scenic Farm. I've been like a dog with a bone with it though. Like I don't want to put it down. I don't want to let go. That's the only thing I want to work on. So I'm going with it. All right. So those are the 5 that I'm taking into 2020. As you can see, like nothing drastic as far as, it's not like it's a Haid that is barely started and I'm never going to have hope of finishing it in 2020. All of these will be done, knock on wood, by the end of 2020. So then what I did was I went through the projects that I had wanted to start in 2019 and didn't get to, and some of the ones that I have purchased and really want to get to. And so I just put some together. There's not a ton of them here. I would prefer to like add to these if I need to as I go, rather than coming up with a huge list of projects that I want to get to and not ever starting them. So I will show you this mess. This is my 2019 like monthly, what am I going to work on, get it done thing. So I did something similar for 2020. And so what I'm thinking, the cat just stepped on the computer. Hold please. Misty, get off of there. She stepped on the computer and made it start playing YouTube videos. Okay, so anyway, I went through, made a tentative calendar for 2020 to kind of guide me through, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about. So in January, I am going to concentrate on Scenic Farm. If I need a break, I will work on Jessie because I would like to get her done. And on Sundays, I'm going to work on Never Let You Go. So no new starts in January planned. In February, same thing. I'm going to work on those 3. Maybe instead of Jessie, I might work on Heritage Sampler, but I will definitely still be working on Scenic Farm and Never Let You Go. If Scenic Farm is done, then who knows what will happen, but that's the plan for now. And then March, I do have a new plan start. So March, I have left time for Scenic Farm because there's significant amounts of backstitching and I may need into March to do the backstitching. And then I will be working on Heritage Sampler. And then my first start of the new year is one I've been wanting to get to forever. And this is Brenda Gervais' Where Hearts Rest. Now, it says Bird's Nest, Where Hearts Rest. Instead of birds, I'm going to make it say welcome to our. So it'll say welcome to our nest where hearts rest. So that's going to be that one. I need to do the math and figure out if it's going to fit a standard size frame, or I may even do like a flat fold and then put it on a spring wreath. I did buy a nest on clearance last year. That's how long I've had this chart. And so I may do something with the nest and a wreath. I just don't know yet. So that's number 1 in March, because I would like to have that done for spring and, you know, display. In April, Easter is in April this year, and a bunch of us will be starting Savior's Praise on Easter Sunday. Many of you have started this already. I've loved watching Brian at Blitz Stitch and his progress. I've got a few minor changes that I'm going to make to the border. I am going to be significantly changing the inside because I'm going to be using a different hem. So yeah, I need to work on charting that too so that it's ready to go when I am. So in April, I'll be finishing up Nest. I'll be starting Savior's Praise, and I will also be working on the Heritage Sampler if that's not done yet. May, I did Monogamous May last year with Sparrow, and it really, the fact that I did that gave me the jump start that I needed to realize I could get this done in time for the fair. And so I have no dreams that Savior's Praise will be done in time for the fair. However, I am planning on taking at least the first 20 days of May and doing Monogamous May with Sparrow. I figured that would give me a good jump start on it. And then, if I'm loving it, I may continue working on it throughout the end of May. If I'm not loving it or I need a break, then I will be starting Blueskin. Now, Blueskin was one of the ones that I got, or I put in last year's plans video, and I never got to him. Since then, I actually, we watched the HBO special on John Adams, and after that, I kind of got excited about history, and so I read a biography on Washington. So this, I'm kind of happy that I didn't read it, or didn't stitch this last year, because now I can think about Washington while I'm stitching it. And I haven't decided yet if I'm stitching the tree. I'm definitely stitching the horse. I may or may not even stitch Washington. I don't know. It's just going to depend. But this is going to be, I would like to have this out for, you know, Memorial Day. Basically, from Memorial Day to Labor Day, it's red, white, and blue is my decor. So I would like to have that one done in time to do that. So June, if I need to, I will continue to work on Heritage Sampler. I don't think I will. That goes pretty fast in there's not a ton to stitch on it, but I put it on the schedule just in case. And then another new start will be Summer Garden from Needlework Press. Now this was released at last year's market, and I saw nobody, and like literally, I mean nobody I have seen has been working on this. I saw it and I immediately loved it and put it in my cart. That's not me, you guys. Usually I have to see something 3 times and love it each time before I will give myself permission to buy it. Nope. This went in my cart and I bought it. And Teresa was kind enough to send it to me. I don't like the person. Again, not unusual for me. Somebody suggested I put a beehive there, and I think that's a fantastic idea, and I might just do it. So, but I loved the symmetry in this one, and the colors, and Summer Garden, right? I mean, totally me. All right, so that will be June, and I will continue to work on Savior's Praise of course I'm going to need to. July, I've got another new start planned, and this was another one that made it into my 2019 plans and never got started. So here we have Scarlet House and Peg. She's not huge, and she's not going to take a ton of time, so I'm looking forward to working on her. I have loved this one for a long, long time. So Ann Peg, Savior's Praise, Summer Garden will get me through July. August, I will continue to work on the 3 of them, especially Summer Garden. It's the summer. I'm going to want to stitch on something summery. So July and August will be that. September, I will continue to work on Savior's Praise, and then I will also start Pink Sparrow. This was another one that I had put in my 2019 plans and just never got to. And so I'm excited to start working on her. October, Pink Sparrow, and then another new start. I just bought this one from the Daily Stitcher, Penny. It is Heartstring Samplery T is for Turkey. And I bought this because, first of all, I don't have a lot of Thanksgiving decor. I realized that this year that I needed to beef that up. And also because we have a pack of turkeys. Is that what they're called? A flock of turkeys? We have a flock of turkeys. It's not unusual for us to have 3 dozen turkeys in our backyard. Like, they're big. The neighbor across the way feeds them in his backyard, and so at least once a day they stop traffic on, this is a pretty busy main route, and they stop traffic as they're crossing. And so I saw this one and figured I needed to stitch the turkey. So that'll be in October, so it's all ready for Thanksgiving in November. November typically is when I start wanting to stitch Christmas stuff. So my plans for November, this one, you've all seen it. Eldest decided she liked this one. I showed it to her on the computer. She had no interest. And then it came in and she was all oohing and eyeing. So I don't think she'll want to stitch it herself, but if she does, then more power to her. So this is probably going to be November. And then I don't own it yet because it's not available to the public yet. But Brenda Gervais has that amazing Christmas piece that I think it was the Shepherd's Bush Retreat exclusive, but she did have it available at the Amana retreat, and people who were there have showed it. It's an absolutely beautiful piece, and I am going to be stitching that. And so I built room into November so that I can start stitching that. And that'll probably take me into December. I left December wide open so that I could do Christmas ornaments or whatever I wanted there. And that's my plans for 2020. I don't think they're anything crazy. I'm hoping that I hesitate to say this, but really I'm hoping that the only project I carry over into 2021 is Savior's Praise. That's going to take me more than 8 months to stitch, I think. So right now that's the only project that I am planning on taking into 2021. So we'll see how that goes. Who knows? All right. If you are stitching any of the projects that I plan to stitch, let me know. If you have stitched them and have any advice, let me know. And I look forward to seeing what you all are stitching in 2020. Like I said earlier, or did I say it earlier? I probably didn't even say it earlier, but I can say it now because this video is not going to get posted until after Christmas. So we finally stepped into the 21st century, and I got a smartphone. I have been using it when the kids aren't around because the kids are getting or will have gotten by the time you see this video cell phones for Christmas. So I will be on Instagram much more than I have been in the past, simply because I will have the cell phone. I tried when we were in Guam to use Instagram with the computer, and it was not very friendly at all. I got a pseudo smartphone that wasn't very smart, and so I tried to get on there and it didn't work. And then they actually suspended my Instagram account because when I first made it, I didn't know what I was doing, and so I didn't give a real first and last name, and so they didn't like that. So finally I got my Instagram account back. I have a smartphone that's actually smart, and by the time you see this, I won't have to keep that a secret from the girls anymore. So long story short, I hope to be on Instagram more than I have been in the past so that I can see what you're stitching, even if you are not Flosstubers. That was a lot of words. All right, everyone, I am going to wish you a happy 2020, happy new year, fair winds, and following seas. Bye.